everyone, welcome back to today's Tupperware and Beyond. Today I want to make some chocolate chip cookies. It's a recipe I've been using for many years, way before the internet, and I will put the recipe in the description below. If you're returning, thanks for coming back. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Please consider subscribing, that'd be awesome. So let's get on with the video. So I'm going to be using one of our Tupperware silicone mats. It has placement for macaroons on it and how many you can get on it if you're one for making macaroons. Our silicone has no filler in it. And how you can tell if silicone has filler in it is when you squeeze it, if it turns white, that means it has chemical fillers in it. And then when you put it in the oven, it gives off a chemical smell and may even smoke a little bit. Ours will not do that. And then I'm going to be using my Bosh compact mixer. One of the biggest reasons I got this is because it has a splash shield on it, and it's really nice for when you're making things with flour. My other stand mixer, I have a KitchenAid. If I put like a lot of flour in it and then turn it on, the flour would just poof out everywhere, all over the counter, and just make a huge mess. And through a little research, I found these. Now this is the compact one, so this one isn't nearly as expensive as the larger one. And you can do just about everything with this one that you can the larger one. I'm gonna put my hook in here, or my cookie paddle in there, okay? And then we're gonna do 1 cup of margarine. I have my margarine in here, and my margarine is at room temperature. So 1 cup is 2 sticks. I like to use Land O'Lakes. It has less water in it compared to some other margarines. Okay, so it's, well, okay, we want to beat the margarine, sugar, eggs, and vanilla. So we got the margarine, and let's see, a 1/4 cup of granulated sugar. And these are our canisters, our one-touch canisters. They're awesome. You can, there's a window on the front here that you can see how much you have left if you need to refill, which is handy, so you don't have to go and constantly be looking. And then we want a 3/4 cup of firmly packed brown sugar. And what's nice with our measuring cups is you get the 3/4 and you get a 1/8 cup with it. Now, a lot of sets you don't get those. Cup. And then the 2 eggs. Okay, and I'm gonna put this on here. And you need to push this lever down to move it. I think that was the hardest thing for me to get used to, remembering to push this down. And then I push it down so far and then put the shield on, and that kind of locks into place. And then there is a, over here is your knob to turn it on. I'm gonna start it on slow, just kind of get things mixed up, and then I'm gonna slowly increase it. So then to add the dry ingredients, you have to make sure that your beater is parked, and that's what that P is on here. It's for park. So if you push it forward, it'll go until it's in the park position. Otherwise, you can't get it open. And I'm gonna add my dry ingredients, and I'm just gonna add them all at one time. I'm not gonna do a little bit at a time. So, okay, the flour, let's see, we're gonna go, we need the vanilla. I forgot to put the vanilla in, which is no problem. 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Okay, we'll just give that a quick mix then. So I forgot to put the vanilla in. let's add the dry ingredients. So 2 1/4 cups of flour. Flour. One teaspoon of baking soda. I have my baking soda in one of these modular mates with the flip top. And I need 1 teaspoon of that. And I also want to add the 4 1/2 cup servings, 3-ounce size of instant pudding mix. You can use any brand you like. This happened to be on sale, so I just picked this up. Okay, and I'm gonna give this a mix before I add my chocolate chips. Now watch, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but the flour will go poof, but it'll stay contained, which is so nice. You can see it pick it up. Okay, I want to give it a scrape. It does a pretty good job of getting everything off the bottom. I just like to do it again just to ensure everything is, you know, off the bottom. But I never had a mixer do as good a job as this one does. Okay. And I'm going to add my chocolate chips right away. What's baking if you're not messy? And I'm using 60% cacao bittersweet chips, and I'm using the Ghirardelli brand. I've never used those. I've always used other names and store names, and thought I want to try it. I read an article saying how that's best because of the cocoa content for chocolate chip cookies, so I thought I'm going to give it a try. You know, I'm just going to go real slow to mix the chocolate chips in. Park it, and we're finished. Okay, and I'll be right back. I'll get my baking sheet ready and get this out of the way, and I'll explain the rest of the recipe. Okay, I'm back. Got my mess all cleaned up, and I'm ready to put the cookies on the baking sheet. And then I'm gonna bake them at a 375-degree oven for 10 minutes. And I'm just using about a medium size cookie scoop. It'll give you a sizable cookie. Now, if you want your cookies smaller, just use a smaller scoop or use a tablespoon. And we'll get about 3 across and 4 down, so we'll get about 12 cookies on this baking sheet. So quick to do it with a scoop. I'm gonna put these in the oven, and I'll see you back here in about 10 minutes. Okay, I'm back. The cookies baked. I had them in for 10 minutes, and then I did keep them in another 2 to 4 minutes. Because they're larger cookies, and my husband likes his a little darker. But if you do just like a tablespoon, do start with 10 minutes. Remember, you can always add time, but you can't take time away. And just bake them till your likeness. But when they're golden brown around the edges, and a little bit golden brown coming up around the top, then they're definitely finished. So I just want to show you how quick and easy. Oh, and I did leave these sit for like a minute or 2 on the mat so they could cool down a little bit, and they're not so soft and break. But how easy, look how easy those come off. You don't even need a spatula, they just come right off. So I'm gonna get these off of here, get the rest of the cookies baked, and I'll be back when I'm all finished. Hey everyone, I'm back. I have my cookies all baked and my mess is all cleaned up. I ended up getting 40 cookies with the scoop I used, which is about a 2 tablespoon capacity. And I did leave them in for 12 minutes. So if you want to do like a smaller cookie, I would do 10 minutes, like a tablespoon. Definitely start with 10 minutes. You may even have to go less than that depending on your oven. And you will get more cookies if you use a smaller amount. So I got my 2 cookies and my glass of milk, and the rest of the cookies I have in our Clearly Elegant bowl, which is airtight, liquid tight seal. And this is a 16 3/4 cup bowl. We have a bunch of different sizes in the catalog, including this one. I will leave the link right here for my website, and you can get this and the silicone baking mat at my website, and a bunch of other silicone baking vessels. But the cookies turned out really good. They're crunchy around the edges and are nice and soft on the inside, and they'll go great with an ice cold cup of milk. I hope everybody is staying safe, happy, and healthy, and I will see you next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.